Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Joseph Rawley. I'm the Christian Education Director here at St. Mark's, and I am pleased to be joined by Danielle Fanfair, an Enneagram expert who also works with counseling. Actually, Danielle, why don't you sort of go into a little bit more detail about who you are and what you do?
Of course. And I want to just start by saying thank you so much for inviting me into this very sacred space of learning and exploration. I have worked with the St. Mark's community before and just really love spending time with you guys. A little bit about me and who I am. I think we should start with what I envision for the world. I envision a world in which we can really celebrate the uniqueness and authenticity that we bring to every situation as a contribution, and in the same space, be able to receive, honor, and welcome the authentic contributions of everyone else with compassion, with deep love and respect, and in a way that allows us to cooperate and collaborate for the future and the world that we want to create together. And so, my work over the last 16 years, I am a retired pastoral leader. I did not burn out, I burnt up. I burned up out of ministry into a new way to serve.
Awesome.
As a pastoral leader, a film producer, as a coach, and a writer, I have, over the last 16 years, accumulated so many useful practices for growth, understanding, expansion, and exploration, from meditation and mindfulness and contemplative practice to understanding the way that our brains are neurologically set up, understanding our psychological tendencies, even understanding our cardiovascular and gut health.
Wow.
Also, merging that with the spiritual studies and the sacred texts, as well as a tool and a way to understand personality called the Enneagram of personality.
That's
And
awesome. And so let's build on the Enneagram. What is it and how can it help us sort of understand who we are and those around us?
And the Enneagram is a unique way of understanding these strategies through 9 personality types. Lots of us deeply resonate with one or more of the 9 personalities as a way that we move through the world. And so it's just so helpful to be able to actually explore these personality types and understand how it resonates with you in terms of noticing, observing, accepting, and then beginning to love and master your unique contribution to the world.
How can understanding those things sort of help us in society?
So the way that I understand everything is through metaphors. And so, Joseph, I would love for you to help us understand this by, from your level of high expertise and skill, explain to us what harmony is, as though you were explaining harmony to a person who had never heard of it. What is harmony?
What harmony is taking, as a singer, you take more than one voice, right? And you want to have that voice added to. You have somebody else singing along with you, or you have another instrument playing along with you, and you can create something more. And sometimes that thing is dissonant. If things are too close together, there's a clash. At certain intervals, there's a clash. But ultimately, those clashes resolve into what's called consonance. And that consonance is really the ideal situation, is where you have beauty of tone with two or more voices working together.
So, I mean, that is so such an apt way of describing the possibilities. When we understand our own personality type, when we understand the texture and the tone of our own voice, when we're able to identify the dissonance that's happening between our voices and other folks' voices, by being able to even begin to understand their unique tone, right? Their unique texture and personality. And then when we can start to work together to resolve that dissonance, to begin to blend our tones so that while we are maintaining our own uniqueness, we can also seek ways to blend our unique tones to create those soothing, beautiful merging of tones that we all wait for, that makes our hearts leap when we get to that part of the song. A person who is new to the Enneagram would be able to first resolve the dissonance within themselves. So when we start to study personality and we start to identify what is true for us, we're able to begin to notice and accept ourselves and begin to welcome ourselves. And then the relief that comes with that self compassion starts to brim over into our relationships, and we become more willing to welcome.
So what can St. Mark's expect? What can couples of St. Mark's expect?
So I have had the pleasure of working with some St. Mark's couples before, and I just love how you all support growing families in your community. When I worked with those couples and they were so receptive and just grasped the material so well, one of the things that any of those couples can expect is that I have grown and learned even more about personality types, relationship dynamics, and reorganizing the structures of relationships in order to create more harmony. And so, those couples, we will build on what they have already learned. We will experience some new concepts and some new ways of understanding each other's perspectives. We will also work on how each personality expresses love through power, commitment, and intimacy, which is something that we did not explore before. For the St. Mark's couples who have never attended the Enneagram sessions and who have never been on a retreat where I've taught, you will come away with a deeper understanding of yourself and a deeper understanding of the patterns and the habits and the strategies that you employ to be okay. You'll become more understanding and aware of why your partner responds the way your partner responds. And you too will gain tools and insights for how to approach and de escalate conflict and avoid unnecessary conflict, how to understand and hear love. And so I'm just really excited because you don't need to have ever gone through an Enneagram workshop or even know what it is to start with us. And when you finish this retreat, you will have some tools that you can use immediately to identify and organize that dissonance and then move into a harmonious blending of notes with your spouse.
Danielle, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much for having me. And I am so excited to be with y'all. I could run through a wall. So I'm just
Well, maybe let's not break any walls,
yeah.
my friend. But let's maybe break down some barriers between ourselves and our spouses, and have a better understanding of what it is that we bring to the table and what our spouses bring, and how to make that work beautifully and in harmony, utilizing your teaching through the Enneagram.
I love that. And I'm just so grateful to be with you guys. And I am so excited to start on December 3rd.
All right, my friend. We'll see you soon. Take care.
Take care. Thank you.